Hello guys. I just finished cardio and it's fucking hard. Steph has like changed my plan, but I absolutely love it. I'll read it out now. Just gonna show you this cardio plan because it's absolutely crazy. So look at this. This is my cardio. So you start on level 10, warm up. Then you go up to 13 for 4 minutes, 15 and so on. And then you repeat that another 2 times. It's fucking brutal. But nonetheless, it goes so much quicker than doing like 35 minutes, just 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off on the Stairmaster. Like, that is actually fun. So yeah, I actually enjoy it, and I've told her to keep it in for as long as possible until like I get too weak and I can't do it that much anymore. Because it's level 20 is absolutely brutal. I admit I'm literally a machine on the Stairmaster. But my legs are absolutely dead and I feel really shaky and weak, so I'm gonna go home and eat. And then I'm actually going back to the gym today later on because there's a PT course going on. And because I'm not in uni until September, I'm doing the PT course. So by the time I go back to uni in September, I'll be a fully qualified PT. So hopefully I'll be able to get some clients in and start doing it myself, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to learn some new things and get that part of my life rolling because I want to do that as well. So yeah, it'll be really good. So I am back from enrolling in the PT course, so that starts next week. And then I had to walk miles in the rain to go and pick something up from the pharmacy, which was long, but anyway. And my room is a state. I've got all these boxes because I'm moving out in 3 weeks, which I can't wait because my new flat is amazing. I'm only moving like 10 minutes down the road, but it's so nice. And I'm moving in with my friend Sarah, who also competes. So we're both on prep together because she's doing the same show as me, which is going to make life so much easier because there'll be no temptations in the house. But the only bad thing is that we're both going to be moody as fuck. But anyway, it'll be good. I'm really excited. We're going to go house shopping next week, so we're going to get loads of new house things and make it all cute and homely. But yeah, it's getting to that stage in prep where I'm walking around the shops looking at things that I can't have, and I'm like, oh. But then I'm like, no, I don't want that. I wouldn't even want that anyway. Like, that's just what it does to you. You think you want stuff, but you actually don't. But to be fair, I literally am so tired today because I've been up since 4. We did my shift 6 till 2, and then I trained straight away, which I did upper body and cardio, that hard cardio that I mentioned earlier. And then I literally had a decaf coffee, my post-workout meal, and then I got back up again to go and enroll in this PT course. And then I walked all the way to the pharmacy, which took me like 35 minutes. So I just feel a bit exhausted, so I'm gonna go and eat my rice cakes and peanut butter and sit down. I'm supposed to wash my hair tonight, but I never wash it on prep. I can't be arsed. That's really trampy, but sometimes I actually just wash the top of my head and blow dry it and then just have my hair in a bun like this, because who the fuck has got time to wash this mop when I have to be up at 4 AM? Like, it's like 7:30, it's bedtime. I've been picking my hair a lot recently because I'm quite stressed about life. I'm stressing out about money all the time. Like, competing is not cheap. I mean, I'm making it a bit easier for myself this year because I'm doing my own tan and things like that, but oh God, it just stresses me out. Like, money all the time is stressing me out. Like, I lay in bed at night like, oh my God, I need to pay for this, I need to pay for this, but like, that's just life, isn't it? Everyone stresses about money. But yeah, it's making me pick my hair a lot more than I should, and you can really start to see my bald patches. I need to stop doing it because I don't want to look like an absolute bald egg on show day. It's also just really hard because I didn't know I was deferring my final year of my degree, so I signed for a new flat thinking I'd be a qualified nurse, when actually I'm still going to be a student living on a student wage. So it's going to be the tightest year of my whole life, hence why I'm not competing next year, because I genuinely just can't afford it. But yeah, like, even though I am so excited to move in and I can't wait for a fresh start and to get out of my student room, it is so stressful because I'm just going to have no money. But yeah, I'm saving as much as I can every month, working my ass off to put money in my savings just so I'm comfortable. But yeah, I don't get any student finance next year either, which is also stressing me out, but we're gonna go with it and it's gonna be okay. Good morning guys. I have to excuse how much of an egg I look right now because it's currently 5:30 in the morning. Today is Wednesday the 12th of June. I'm working 6 till 2 today, so I'm gonna do my shift and then train legs straight after. Normally I would go home for a nap, but recently I've been doing it like literally as soon as I finish work, having my post-workout meal here and then still training here, so that worked really well because then I had the rest of the evening to myself. So I'm going to do the same again today. I think I've had a weight drop today because I feel absolutely exhausted, and yesterday I felt really lean. So but I haven't actually weighed myself. I don't know what my weight is because I don't like weighing myself this early in the morning because it's never accurate. So I guess I won't know what my true weight is until Saturday. But yeah, I'm currently walking around work barefoot because my shoes are on the radiator drying because I had to walk to work in this horrible weather. I don't know if you can see. It doesn't look that bad, but trust me, it was not pleasant. There's something creepy about this gym this morning. It just feels really weird. And I keep hearing noises. It's creeping me out. I literally just heard a door slam and it was not me. And I'm the only one in the building. It's fucking scary. On another note, look at my hamstring. Do you know how long it's taken me to build these hamstrings? I'm literally just stood in the mirror looking at myself, so I need to go and open the gym right now. It's always good when none of the stairmasters are working. It's always great. I also wonder how many times I'm gonna have to go and close the front door today because so many people leave it open. They come in like, oh, it's cold, isn't it? Like, well, yeah, shut the door then. You know when you really need to do work, but your laptop has other ideas. It's gonna be one of those days. McDonald's black coffee is the strongest, and it's so good. Why am I getting spots? I can't afford to get spots now. I started a YouTube channel. Look at that peanut butter. I love peanut butter and rice cakes. Good evening, lovely people. So I got back from the gym about 4 o'clock. It's now 7:30, I think. Oh, it's 8:10. So yeah, I got back a couple of hours ago. I actually washed my hair. I don't know if you could tell, but I stopped being a tramp. Decided to wash it. So now it smells good. It smells like apples. Anyway, in other news, something good has actually happened today because I feel like this morning at work, all I did was moan, so sorry about that. So excited to announce that I'm now sponsored by Riderwear. So I'm now officially a Riderwear athlete. I have a discount code, so I'll put it on the screen for you now for 10% off. Their gym wear is amazing. I've wanted to get some for so long, and I can't actually believe they've approached me because like that's just such an amazing opportunity, and I'm really excited to work with them and see what we can do together. So yeah, my next gym workout video that I'll upload will be in my Riderwear clothes. Check the website out and have a look at their clothes because it's amazing. I'll put the link in my bio down below. Honestly, I'm so happy about that. So that's one good thing that's happened today. I just feel like sometimes you have those days where you just can't be bothered with life. But anyway, I got everything I needed to do done. I had a really good session. I did legs, so it was mainly like glute and hamstring focused again. I did a little bit of quads, just some lunges, and some leg press, so it felt nice to do a bit of that. And then I did that cardio again, which absolutely killed me today. I was like hanging off the Stairmaster by the end of it. But yeah, we got that done as well. I got up and washed my hair because it was just disgusting, so I feel a bit better now. I had a right little pamper session, proper moisturised, and I feel all fresh. I'm working again in the morning, 6 till 2. The next part of this video is going to be based on post-show, and I feel like it's really important to address. So yeah, the next part of my video is going to be post-show weight gain and how to deal with it, and how I personally dealt with it, not how everyone should deal with it. I'm going to give you all some information on that, and just for those that haven't competed before, how to prepare for post-show, because well, as much as you can prepare for it, because you can't really prepare for post-show. Everyone deals with it in a different way. So let's talk about post-show. So I had not a great experience post-show. My coach was really good and she did give me a reverse diet that for me to follow, but me being a little fatty could not stick to my reverse diet. So I know that's not unusual, and I know that happens with a lot of people. This year I am 100% sticking to a reverse diet because I don't ever want to feel like how I felt before. I'll start from when I got off stage. So when I got off stage, I literally consumed, I think I had like 3 donuts, and I was like, oh, I feel sick already. I'll chill it out a bit. And then got in the car with Sarah. There was pick and mix that I'd bought from the day before. I'd bought 10 donuts for myself the day before. There was also a Reese's cheesecake in the car, and there was, what else was there? A muffin that I bought on the day, which wasn't even nice. I just ate it for the sake of it. And then on the way home, I continued to eat the Krispy Kreme donuts because I just couldn't stop myself. And then when I got back into Leeds after the show, we went to Domino's and I got my pizza. And then I also had a massive bowl of cornflakes when I got home because all I wanted that prep was cereal. So I was like, I'm having a bowl of cornflakes. But when I got home, I already had bought a massive stash of food from M&S the day before because I was walking around the day before show like absolutely starving, like, oh my god, I can't believe I get to buy all this food and get to eat it tomorrow. Like, I was absolutely buzzing. So I had a massive stash of food in my house ready, so I cracked open the biscuits, cracked open the little Millionaire shortbreads. I was just shoving as much as I possibly can in my gob, pretty much. Went to sleep feeling alright, to be honest. I was obviously really full, but I didn't feel half as bad as what I did when I woke up. So I woke up and my legs were swollen, my face was swollen, I was puffy all over my eyes, my ankles and my shins were swollen. I literally couldn't walk. I had the worst stomach. But even then, I still got up and the first thing I ate was Krispy Kreme donuts. I heated them up in the microwave and they were absolutely amazing, to be fair. But yeah, the first thing I ate was Krispy Kreme donuts, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just had a nice breakfast, like something like, I don't know, when you, like on prep, you miss the freedom of putting what you want on your oats or some toast, something like that. So I should have just had something simple, but instead I had 3 donuts and then I went out for brunch. Massive fry up. I'll put a picture on the screen for you now, and it was nice, but oh my god, I couldn't move afterwards. I had to undo my button. And then me and Sarah just walked around town and got some cookie dough from my cookie dough in the Trinity. If you've ever had it, oh, it is heaven. That's all I've been thinking about today, is the texture of that cookie dough in my mouth. But anyway, I had that cookie dough after. And after I had that, I literally couldn't walk. We had to go to Holland & Barrett and get me some supplements to like help my digestion because it was so bad. Because when you think about it, you haven't had those sugary foods for how many weeks you prepped. And then you bombard your body with all this salt, sodium, sugar. And it's literally thinking, what the fuck? Like, you've starved me for this long and now you want to feed me all of this? What do you think you're doing? So yeah, your body's obviously in shock, and that's why you get really swollen, because it's called a sodium bloat. So you've cut out salt and sugar and sodium for that long, so your body is responding to it by holding loads of water because it thinks you're going to starve it again, pretty much. Very uncomfortable. And my mum also bought me a giant Millie's cookie, so I went and picked that up and ate some of that when I got home too. Which wasn't the smartest of ideas, and then I remember having a nap and then waking up and eating more because the stash of food that I had in my house, I was like, I need to get rid of it, I need to get back on my diet, I need to get rid of it now. So I kept trying to finish everything, and it was just like, just don't do that. If I could give you the biggest tip, it would be not to buy a big stash of food. Just don't do it. Just go shopping after show, like go out and have your meal with your family or your friends, like still have the pizza, still have the burger, whatever you want for your first meal, but just don't get a big stash of food because it was a big mistake. But it's easier said than done because during prep you walk around like, oh yeah, I'll pick that up and I'll have that after show. So you just need to remember, like, don't go shopping when you're hungry because it always ends badly. So yeah, as I said, I just kept trying to finish off the food stash that I had. I didn't go to the gym for a whole week. I took a week off the gym because I just wanted my body to recover. You don't have to do this, it's up to you. Like, some people want to keep the gym in their routine and they feel better for it, and this year I will be keeping the gym in, even if it's just some cardio or some light weights, just because I felt awful actually after a week off the gym. I felt like an absolute slug. She found some messages that I sent to Steph after the show, like telling her how I felt and stuff, so I'll actually put them on the screen for you now just so you can read. And I remember like really not wanting to check in. Like, she was asking me, oh, send me some check-in pictures so we can like get your reverse diet in and stuff like that, and I was like, I literally am not ready to get in front of the camera right now. Most important thing, don't think that you're fat, because you are literally not fat. It is a mind fuck, honestly. I thought I was so fat, and I walked into the gym a week after like I didn't want to face anyone because I thought I was humongous. You're so used to looking at yourself being absolutely shredded, and then you go back to a normal weight and you think you're fat. Just remember that you're not fat. You're holding a bit of water. Yeah, you're uncomfortable. You're a normal body weight. Like, it's not sustainable to look like how you did on stage. You literally look like what you do on stage for the time that you're on stage. Like, people get a bit upset about the fact that they don't look like what they did on show day or peak week, but like, you need to remember that that is not a normal body weight. You cannot live like that, and if you did, then you'd be fucking freezing all the time. But yeah, I walked into the gym asking everyone, do I look fat? Do I look fat? Is my face fat? Like, and I was really embarrassed, actually, and I feel sorry for how I felt then. I feel sorry for myself for how I felt then, because that's no way to feel. Like, I fucking won my show and I was enjoying a bit of food. Like, so what? It was my first show. Your first show, you always react different, like, to how someone more experienced in competing reacts. Like, you see pros on Instagram all the time, like, not getting fat after the show, and you're like, what? How do they do that? But it comes with time. Like, after your first show, you're not going to be able to control yourself as well as you might a few shows down the line. Everyone needs to actually experience the feeling of how you feel after your first show once you've ate loads of food, because, for example, this time round, I know that I don't want to feel like that again, so I know that I'm not going to binge. But it is completely normal, and it just happens, and you just have to ride with it and let it phase out. Water weight will drop, and just remember that you're not fat, because it's not nice to think like that, and you don't want to be looking in the mirror thinking, oh, I'm fat, because you're really not. So I'm actually just looking at the email that I sent my coach after show, so I'll show you this, because... So this is me saying my weight is 54.6. Help. The reason I said help was because my stage weight was 49 kilograms. So as you can see, I'd put on quite a lot of water weight, and that was only 2 days later. So yeah, don't be shocked if you put on a lot of water weight, because it's gonna happen. I'll put the check-in pictures on the screen for you now with what I looked like post-show, and I was really unhappy with them, and I thought I was massive, and I just find that absolutely crazy that I thought I was fat. I wasn't big post-show at all. Like, it's just a complete mindfuck, really. But yeah, my top tips for post-show. Number 1, don't buy a big stash of food. Just don't put yourself through it. Just don't. I'll be mad at you if you do. As I said, go shopping after your show. The day after, once you've had your meal and you've had time to settle and take the day in, go shopping the day after when you feel like, oh yeah, I fancy that. Like, you'll actually be buying something that you want, and you're not just eating for the sake of it. Second tip, don't think you're fat, and don't look in the mirror and cry. I remember shaving my legs in the shower crying because I looked like an old lady with edema. I was really sad, actually. But yeah, don't do what I did and just stare at yourself in the mirror all day, picking faults with yourself. And don't compare your prep check-in pictures either, because that is awful. I was comparing my peak week pictures to my post-show pictures, and like, just don't. You're obviously going to be heavier. Another tip is, don't weigh yourself until you've like lost some of that water, until you're back in your routine with your diet and things like that, because your weight isn't going to be accurate. Like, for example, the 54.6 that I was compared to the 49 kilograms on stage, that wasn't accurate. That was just water, because I'd had so many carbs in that time. So I shouldn't have took that really seriously, because it wasn't fat, if you know what I mean. Obviously you do put on a little bit of fat straight away. Yeah, just don't overthink it too much, because you don't want to stress yourself out. Tip number 3, if you feel like you're not going to be able to stick to your reverse diet, just go straight back up to maintenance. That's what we ended up doing in the end, because I couldn't stick to my reverse diet. So we pushed my calories back up to maintenance, therefore I was less likely to binge because I wasn't as hungry. But it is difficult doing a reverse diet, because you're still on fairly low calories once you finish show day and whatnot, because you're slowly easing those calories back in. So you do need to be really strong if you're doing a reverse diet, but I do recommend doing one, because I did regret not doing it last year, so I'm 100% doing a reverse diet this year, because it's just the way forward. Before, I would say eat lots of vegetables and fruit, because one thing I really missed during prep was loads of veg and loads of fruit and just like goodness, because your diet's very bland in prep. Well, it was for me anyway, but I like it plain and simple. But it's nice to have the freedom to put some berries in your oats, or I used to eat like a massive plate full of parsnips every day after show because I just missed being able to do that. Like, instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna order loads of takeaways and just binge, like, look at it as if like you can now enjoy the simple things like a cappuccino or, you know, stuff like that. Like, just, you'll feel a lot better if you move your focus away from, I need to finish this massive pack of biscuits now, and change your focus to, oh, I can have a biscuit if I want to, but I don't need to eat the whole packet, because you don't need to do that. Another tip would be to drink as much water as possible, because I hardly drank anything, and that's partly why I felt so bad. Another tip is just don't compare your post-show to anyone else's post-show. I remember looking at loads of girls that I'd competed with on Instagram and looking at how they dealt with post-show and comparing it to how I'm dealing with post-show. And if someone looked leaner than me, I would think I've done it wrong. There is no right or wrong way to do post-show. You just need to do what you want to do. So yeah, they are my top tips for post-show. I hope you found it useful, and if you have any questions about post-show, feel free to message me and I will happily answer any questions. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.